So I fully meant to film this intro earlier, but I won't lie, I've had a pretty chaotic morning, or I should say chaotic last hour. So when I sat down to film the intro to this, my memory card decided to not work. I think it's corrupted. I have no idea what's wrong with it, but it just says that there's a memory card issue. I couldn't get it to work, so I ended up going to Argos really quickly to go and pick up a new memory card, and then I've driven to the beach because I really wanted to have a day today where I'm just kind of like taking myself out on a little solo day, do a lot of reading, and the weather is honestly beautiful today, so I just feel like the beach is the perfect place to be today. So yeah, but that took me about 40 to 50 minutes to get here just because of traffic, and I think everyone has also got the same idea to go to the beach. Not that it's like sunbathing weather in the UK, but it is really nice and warm, so I've bought myself like a nice coffee and bought some books with me, which I'll show you quickly. But yeah, so the start of this vlog is a little bit chaotic. I think that's just my vibe at the moment. I think my life is just really chaotic at the moment. I'm really busy at work. When I get home I just want to crash, so again that's why I also want to have this weekend to do as much reading as I can, just because I haven't really been able to read much in the evening. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this weekend. I thought I'd also vlog as well. Thank you so much for all your lovely comments and messages about my last vlog. It's just made me feel really confident and happy about being back on YouTube. So yeah, really hoping you'll enjoy this vlog as well. I think it's going to be quite a chilled one. I'm going to see how long it goes for. I'm going to try and film for the whole weekend, but I know that sometimes, you know, life gets in the way, so we're just going to see how it goes. I am now at the beach, so before I head off and do a bit of reading, I thought I would just quickly talk about the book first that I finished this morning. So this morning I finished Stuck Under One Roof, I think is what it's called. The book is called Under One Roof by Ali Hazelwood. I absolutely loved The Love Hypothesis by her last year. It was one of my favourite romances of the year, so when I saw that she was bringing out novellas, I knew that I needed to read them. So this is the first one. I did start it on Audible because all of them are available on Audible. However, I just could not get on board with the narrator, so I ended up buying the first book on my Kindle, but annoyingly the second and third don't get released until June and July, so I'll have to wait for those. But I did really enjoy Stuck Under One Roof. It was just such a perfect read for me at the minute. Really quick, really cozy, and just a really lovable romance. And what I really liked about it as well is that the characters and the romance felt really in depth, considering it was such a short book. It was like just over, I think it's around 120 pages. The actual romance felt quite developed and it didn't feel rushed, which is something I struggle with short romance novellas. Really enjoyed this. It follows Mara, who is a STEM scientist. She's working in engineering. She feels quite belittled in her role, even though she knows that she can do the job. It's just the men in her job make her feel quite small and don't give her the chance. And then you also have Liam. Basically what happens is that her kind of supervisor, I would say, basically gifted her house when she passed away. Little did she know that the house was actually split owned, so Mara ended up owning one half and Liam owns the other. Mara moves in. They both hate each other at the first because Liam doesn't want Mara to be there, but Mara needs a place to stay while she has like no money. There's definitely that hate to love vibe going on, and also close proximity. So yeah, really enjoyed this one, and if you are looking for like a cozy, lovable, quick romance, I definitely recommend it, especially if you really enjoyed The Love Hypothesis. So in regards to my reading today, I have 3 books with me. So the first book I've picked up, which I think is the book that I will probably focus on the most today, is Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I'm buddy reading this with Sydney from YouTube. I'll pop her link down below. She's an angel, so I'm really excited to start reading this and buddy reading it with her. She's actually starting this on Monday, but because my reading schedule is a little bit all over the place, I thought I would, you know, pick it up this weekend, especially because I want to read as much as I can. So yeah, really excited about this. I won't lie, I really don't know too much about this. I think it's a brother's best friend romance, so I kind of like that. I've not read many of those romances, so I'm not too sure if like I'm in love with the trope, but I'm really intrigued to read this just because this trilogy is so loved on YouTube and just Instagram and Bookstagram. So I'm really excited to read it, and a lot of my friends absolutely love the trilogy, so I have a lot of faith in them. Really excited to give this a go, and I'm really excited when Sydney starts it so we can kind of like compare our thoughts and opinions. I'll definitely keep you updated on my thoughts if I do read a lot of this today, but yeah, I would like to try and get at least 100 pages into this, just because it's not too long of a book. I think it's just over 300 pages, so if I do really love it, I could end up finishing it this weekend. I don't want to like storm ahead and kind of finish it all in one weekend before Sydney does, but we'll see, because that's also why I've bought some other books to kind of like chop up my reading. The other book that I've picked up because I kind of fancy it is How to Kill Your Family by Bella Mackie. One of my close friends has just read this and absolutely loved it. She thought it was absolutely hilarious, and it's been on my TBR for a while, so I've had this book for probably about 6 months now, or when it came out. So yeah, really looking forward to reading this, and apparently it's just really funny, I guess a little bit light-hearted in a way, but it's also quite dark because I think she talks about like how she kills her family members. From what I can remember, this follows a young woman who basically doesn't like her family and has killed a few of her family members off. However, when you meet her, she's in prison for a murder that she's not committed, which I think just in that in general is quite funny. So I'm really excited to kind of see what this story's about and kind of see where the story goes, and kind of, yeah, see what's funny about it, why everyone loves it, and see why my close friend really enjoyed it. And finally, I have just brought a manga with me. I picked this up the other day. It's called Beyond the Clouds, The Girl Who Fell from the Sky by Nikki. It just looks so cute. It's giving me major Studio Ghibli vibes, which is one of the reasons why I want to read it. Like, sorry about the sun, but look at that art. It's just, it looks adorable. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. I might read this today whilst I'm on the beach, just because it will be quite nice and quick. I don't know too much about it other than the fact I feel like this girl falls from the sky and one of her wings breaks, and this young boy here basically creates her a new wing. And I don't know, it just sounds like a really wholesome read, and just a really lovely like summery spring book to read. So yeah, really looking forward to reading this, and I'll probably read this whilst I'm on the beach as well. I'm gonna stop rambling now because I've been talking for nearly 8 minutes straight, and it's getting really hot in my car. I have got the aircon on, but blimey, it is boiling. So yeah, looking forward to kind of having a lovely chilled time at the beach, and I will vlog what I can. I don't know if I will vlog like on the beach because I'm not too sure if I feel confident enough to do that. I might do if it's not too busy, but we'll see. If not, I will probably catch up with you a little bit later, either when I'm back in my car or when I get home. Hi guys, so it is now Sunday. Like yesterday, I fully meant to film this clip last night. but when I got back from the beach, I didn't really have much time because I was just sorting myself out, and then my friend rang me and she basically asked if I wanted to go and see We Will Rock You in a town close near to us because she had a spare ticket. So I was like, yeah, why not? And she literally picked me up 10 minutes after that. It was quite a rush when I got back from the beach, which is why I never got round to filming a little clip yesterday to kind of update you all on my reading. Overall, I had a really lovely time at the beach. It was just really nice to enjoy the sunshine and just get a bit of reading done. It was just also nice to do something a little bit different. Recently I've been going into town quite a lot, so it's just getting a bit repetitive, so it was just nice to do something a little bit different. And yeah, I just really enjoyed myself, and I also read some really good books. So I did end up reading Twisted Love yesterday, and I'm really liking this book so far. I'm up to chapter 6, so I'm about 50 pages in, and I'm really liking it. It's just a really fun romance. I love the dynamic between Ava and Alex already. It's definitely a brother's best friend trope, but we also have Grumpy meets Sunshine. At first I did think maybe it was like a hate to love, but to be honest, I don't think they particularly hate each other. It is just that Alex is really grumpy, quite stern, and just has no emotion, whereas Ava's quite bubbly. She sees a lot of positives in everything, or tries to anyway. So there's that kind of like Grumpy meets Sunshine dynamic as well, which I'm really liking. So the premise of this story is that Ava's brother Josh has gone away for a year on like a internship. So Josh has asked Alex to kind of keep an eye on Ava and kind of look after her whilst he's away. Ava's obviously at first not too happy about this because she feels like he's babysitting her, but at the end of the day, Alex is there just to keep an eye on her. What is also really interesting about the two characters is they both have quite dark backgrounds. We don't really know what happened to Ava, but it has been kind of mentioned that something did happen to her, and potentially her brother as well. But Alex, we have kind of been told that his family was killed or murdered, so he's kind of on this path of revenge, just trying to take revenge on the person who murdered his family. And he's been doing that for like 10 years, I think, or since he was really young. Like since it happened, him and his uncle have kind of made this little kind of pact between each other that they're going to take down the person that did kill his parents. So it is really interesting so far. I'm really liking that. It makes the story a little bit different, a little bit different than your normal romance. Like I said, I'm only 50 pages in, so I haven't read too much, but I'm hoping to read more today. I did read a little bit more this morning, and I also updated my annotating because I decided to annotate just because I think it would be fun. I'm really excited for Sydney to start this as well because I'm really intrigued to see her thoughts and opinions. I have heard that this book is the weakest out of the trilogy. I think a lot of people like the Twisted Hate and Twisted Games more, but so far I am really liking this. I'm going to try and not let that kind of affect my judgment on this book because so far, yeah, I am really enjoying it. So yeah, hopefully I'll read more of this today because it would be nice to get a good chunk of it done this weekend because, like I said previously, my reading schedule since starting my new job is a little bit out of whack. I keep meaning to read in the evenings, but by the time I've finished work and then do a few errands around the house, you know, I'm really tired and I don't get to read as much as I would like. My weekends are really when I can read the most. So yeah, I'm going to try and read as much as I can, and then I'll update Sydney on my thoughts, and then she'll be starting this tomorrow. And then I also got round to reading Beyond the Clouds, The Girl Who Fell from the Sky, Volume 1. This was just what I said. It was really wholesome, adorable, and just a really cute story. Like, it is definitely Studio Ghibli vibes. It reminds me of Castle in the Sky, or just the start of Castle in the Sky, because the girl falls out of the sky and the boy who's in it basically finds her. So this is very similar in that Theo finds Mia, who has fallen out of the sky, and he doesn't really know what she is or who she is because he's basically only lived in the Yellow Town all his life. However, he's always read books that tell him stories of fantasy beings and creatures and places, and he's always dreamt of going to these places or trying to find them. So when he finds Mia, he's just amazed by it, and he also takes it upon himself to kind of help her and make her a new wing because when she fell, she lost one of them. It's just a really sweet story. And where we end with this book, Theo has gone on a quest to try and find some medicine for Mia because she is this like mythical creature. The medicine that they're giving her, because she's not very well at the minute, is not helping her and not curing her. So he goes on this quest to try and find the medicine to save her. And yeah, it's just a really lovely story. I have got volume 2 as well, so I may read that today just because I really enjoyed this one. I rated it 4 stars, and yeah, I just think it'd be a really nice like cozy Sunday read. So it has just gone 12 o'clock and I really need to head out because I need to grab some milk because we've run out, and I just want to have a cozy afternoon reading. I've spent the morning kind of doing my chores, had to put a wash on, do some washing, all the boring stuff. So yeah, I want to go and grab some milk so I can make myself a nice coffee, and then I would think I'm going to pick up Twisted Love again. I don't know, I might also pick up How to Kill Your Family because I never got around to reading any of that yesterday, but I think it just depends on where I get to on Twisted Love. Ideally, I'd like to get to 150 pages, which I think is doable just because I feel like this has got the capacity to kind of really hook me. The chapter that I have just read has kind of made things really interesting, and in the back it does say that Ava is basically saved by Alex by some sort of event, which I think is what kind of pulls them together, and that I don't believe has happened yet, so I feel like that could happen quite soon. So yeah, I really want to read more of this. Hopefully I can read 150 pages, but we shall see. And then when Matt comes home tonight, we are heading over to our friends to have some food. We were going to have a barbecue, but today has gone really cloudy, which is such a shame because yesterday was so nice. So I don't know what we'll end up doing. We might go to a restaurant instead if it is a little bit grim or drizzly later. So yeah, that's the plans for me today. I'm gonna head out now, grab some milk, and then I'm going to sit down with Twisted Love, and I'll catch up with you a little bit later on my thoughts. Hi guys, so it is later now. Matt has just got home from work, so we will be heading out soon to go to our friends. So I thought I would just quickly jump on and give you an update on my reading with Twisted Love. I'm really liking this book. Like, I'm really enjoying my time reading this. The romance or the relationship has definitely progressed since I last spoke to you. So I'm around 100 pages now and I'm definitely more invested in the relationship, or invested in Ava and Alex. There definitely has been some development in their tension between how they're feeling. Alex has basically admitted to himself that something has changed between his feelings towards Ava, and Ava is also having like feelings that she does not want, but towards Alex in a more romantic or sexual way. So yeah, we are definitely getting a lot of tension now. The only thing that I have not been on board with is that Ava's friends kind of challenged Ava to test Alex's emotions out, because Alex is known to not show any emotion, and there was a moment in the book where he showed a lot of emotion of anger over Ava, and they were all kind of like, that's suspicious, and also the fact that he's even showing emotion. So they tested Ava to see if she could like seek out more of his emotions. So it's kind of like a weird challenge that I don't know, I'm not fully on board with it. It just seems kind of like, I don't know, secondary school stuff or like high school stuff, and they're obviously at university. Ava is 20 22 at uni and Alex is 26. So I don't know, just the idea of her kind of like testing out his emotions in like, I guess a little bit childish way. Just, I don't know, I'm not on board with it. It just seems a bit weird. But I think we are now at the end of that because the next chapter basically says the experiment is a failure. So I'm hoping that we won't see more of that and that will kind of be laid, you know, laid to bed almost. But other than that, I am really liking it. I'm really liking Ava and her like friendship group, the dynamic between them all. We've met Bridget, who's the princess, who I did know about going into this, but I didn't know too much about it. And I think she has her own book, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, really liking her friends. They've got really different personalities, so it's just really enjoyable to read. Yeah, just really liking the tension that's kind of brewing between Alex and Ava. I'm really excited to kind of have that moment where they have that first forbidden kiss, because they keep reminding themselves that obviously that Ava is obviously Josh's sister. So Alex is kind of telling himself that that's like a no zone, and Ava is also telling like herself that Alex is a no zone because it's Josh's best friend. So yeah, I don't know, I'm really liking it. I'm liking it more than I thought, just because I was a bit unsure of the whole brother best friend trope. But yeah, at the minute it's reading it like a 4-star read for me, which is a really good romance. So yeah, really looking forward to reading more. We are now heading out, so I don't know how much more reading I will do today, but I will try and jump on before I go to bed tonight to kind of give you an update if I do end up reading more. If not, I will probably end this vlog tomorrow, just because I don't know how long we're going to be at our friend's house tonight and it might be quite late, so I don't know if I'll be in the mood to pick up the camera again. But yeah, hopefully I'll pick up the camera again tomorrow to update you all and kind of close off this vlog. So far really liking this, and I'm really excited for Sydney to start reading it, because yeah, I'm just intrigued to see what she thinks of the whole like dynamic and the tension between them. And also I kind of want to know how she feels about this whole like testing Alex, because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I didn't like it, or I'm just not fully on board with it. Like, I get why they're doing it, but yeah, I'm just not fully on board with it. It's just a tiny thing, so I can see over it. But yes, I'm now just going to quickly get ready. I'm just going to change into some jeans because I'm in some leggings, and then I will catch up with you a little bit later.